Yo, what's up? It is reaction to I survived a plane crash. I love survival. Usually got a lot to say about survival. So, I mean, tune in, enjoy. Let's watch this stuff together. Here we go.
I just
Let's
bought
run
this
it up.
private jet, and now it's crashed. It takes on average 31 hours for a rescue team to find the survivors of a
Oh,
plane
okay. So he's reenacting a crash. I thought from the title he was going to just because I believe he'd do it because it's Mr. Beast, like purposely crash a plane and then try to survive. But
And
yeah,
now
this makes a lot more
The
sense.
boys are literally stranded in the middle of nowhere until help arrives. All right, let's assess the damage over here.
I see some water bottles. We're gonna get thirsty out here. You know how
Oh, Ludwig.
it is.
Oh, look, they really pay 2 pilots and they only need 1? That's why your flight's so expensive.
Chris, what? I found snacks.
So just like a normal plane, it's all terrible. We're saving these for later. We got rats.
What do they got for plants out here? Is this all goldenrod? It kind of looks like goldenrod.
But I'm hungry now.
We're gonna pull the plane resources on the wing.
This takes layovers to the next level.
The only food and water we have to survive.
Let's see here. Very low calorie. Salted peanut's going to have a lot. That's going to have an okay amount. I wouldn't even drink the lemon lime because it's going to dehydrate you. Well, sugar is sugar. Calories are calories. Water is water. Yeah, not a lot.
I think it's what's
31 hours, though. Let's see. How many people were there for? So what is that? They split that into fourths or quarters. Split that into 5 each. 2 each. 5 each. The water is going to be where it's going to get testy, but they could easily survive on the food. Oh, it's a loaf of bread. Oh, I thought that was like wait. Oh, it is crackers. It's just a large. It's just very large.
typically stocked on a private jet. These tiny planes really don't have much food and water. I think it's time we use some strategy. Half of us should go explore the area, and the other half should keep organizing the inventory.
Rule of threes. I mentioned this in another video, but you want to always just remember this. If anybody's in any survival situation, this will help you. If you don't know anything, knowing this will help you. Okay, because it'll help you categorize your brain. Okay, so here's the secret. It's called the rule of threes. You can last 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food, and then 3 months without a purpose, hope, a will to live. So that'll help you prioritize. Okay, so air is get out, it's smoke, it's on fire, the air quality is really bad, you're near a power plant, you're near like a city that's like collapses. So just in the perspective of like post-apocalyptic, but I'm just saying, like, don't go swimming if you don't have to, don't drown, stay out of the protect your air. Then the second one is shelter. So then you need to figure out a shelter. They have a shelter already pre-made right here, so they're okay there. The next would be to go find water. They need to get water immediately, especially since they're so low on it.
Building a shelter.
All right, let's all go grab plane pieces.
They have a shelter.
The longer we explore, the less we have to build. Exactly.
We push it and we're making like a tent area.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean? That's a prefab shelter. Like, what do you mean? Okay.
It kind of.
I guess it's a video, right? It's a video.
I like it. That's what we want.
This is supposed to be entertaining. I'm not really.
What is the objective of exploring?
And then one of the first things I would do is, like, team leader Mr. Beast would probably be to like divvy out rations. And then like really not touching that water until you absolutely need it would probably be the first objective.
I don't think exploring does anything. Oh, well, when you put it that way. Does this?
So depending where they're at, so like in my region, so one of the first things I would try to do if I was in a forest like this, well, I'd determine the trees. So I mean, I only know really oak, and I know that there's a plant in my area called riverbank grape. So then that riverbank grape likes to vine up oak trees. So then I would start immediately hunting for riverbank grape because thick riverbanks that get to the top of an oak tree, you can cut notches into their vines, and then they'll send like our blood, but it's sap to them to the vine to try to seal up the wound, and it's like this gelatinous, watery stuff. And it like fills up like at a liter an hour. So you could like put a container underneath of a bunch of notches and a bunch of these vines, and you could start farming water that way.
Does not look like a movie.
Something like that. Or I just start looking for edible plants because you get a plant. Plants are mostly water, so if you eat plants, you're going to be hydrating yourself too. Or you could like squeeze them and juice them or something like that. Just little stuff like that.
This feels like we're in Jurassic Park.
It really does.
Wait a
They got nettles right there. I believe that I just saw nettles down. So there is nettles here in this grass. So that is an edible plant. You could eat the leaves there. Depending on what time of the year it is, you'd have to be kind of careful because of the oxalate acid or something in it that might harm your kidneys. But in a survival situation, I'd still risk it.
Especially with that dinosaur.
I believe goldenrod is edible too. I know they use it medicinally, but I'm not sure if you can eat it for like moisture. Or like.
Wait, is this our new home?
So let's see. Can we identify any plants that might be a thistle? We got random grasses. I don't know too much about grass.
This is epic. They made progress when we were gone. Doesn't look like there's much water.
I drink my 4 bottles, which is my share.
You've been drinking waters?
Well, I've been thirsty.
What happened to rationing?
Hey, ration these nuts.
Nice.
I'm a streamer. I'm not made for this outdoor stuff. We'll come back with so many sticks. Oh, it's scary in here now. Do you feel like you know how to get back from here? I think we're lost.
You'd mark it. So like if you're gonna go like go from your camp, if you like, let's say in this situation, you'd want to take like a shirt, a bunch of bright colored things, and make a bunch of strips. So then you just start pacing out and then marking your path, so you'd be able to easily retrace your steps, because it's very easy, like especially in unknown territory, to get lost. Because like something to do, like one of the things, just for instance, like when you're walking, your legs are 2 different lengths. So like trying to walk in a straight line is almost impossible, because every time you take a step, it's not equal. So you actually eventually start to curve one way or the other because of the length of your legs. I don't remember if that's 100% true, so just look that up or fact check me, but I'm pretty sure there's something to do with that. It's like very hard to maintain a straight line without some sort of directional devices like a compass, or like, I don't know. I think the Army uses like these things where they use a compass and then they look through a lens and then mark an object, so they can make sure they're like every 100 meters they're moving due north or due west or due east or whatever. You have to like map out every single like stage of it, because it's so easy for the human like your human senses to get flustered in unknown territory.
Guys, I got a fire pit.
Holy crap. Did you just rip the engine off the plane? This is actually a perfect fire pit. You might
Yeah, I mean, yeah, fair enough.
not be the brightest, but this is impressive.
I mean, it saves them on labor. All they had to do was dig like a tiny hole, you know
I
what I
think
mean?
I have
But
enough
yeah.
wood to go ahead and get the firewood started.
Look at that. Chris is big braining right now, dude.
We are thriving, not
Yeah, flare is very good actually to start a fire. But then if you were going to do that, you'd want to keep it continuously burning, so you don't have to like like if you don't know how to start a fire with like a bow drill or a hand drill or anything like that, or don't have a ferro rod or lighters or anything along the lines of that. I'm sure the plane has like fuel in it that they could get to ignite with like rocks and sparks and stuff like that. But I mean, like, I don't know, like technically, you know, if it was a plane crash, it'd probably be spilled all over the place. Yeah. There's a lot of variables, but still, essentially, it would be safe. Like once you start a fire, you want to keep it going forever. So like they don't have a lot of like foliage right on top of them yet. So like before you started the fire, you'd probably want to like start a huge, use some area here to maybe like try to dry it out or something along the lines of that, or keep it dry. Just designated area for firewood. So like this would be their shelter where they'd sleep in, but then this like lean-to structure they made would be perfect for storing firewood. But you'd want a large amount so that you could keep it going without
Just
having to worry about it going out and then trying to restart again.
thriving.
I've got an idea. Tariq, give me the drone. Tariq
But again, this is only 31 hours, so they don't really have to think long term like this.
brought this drone to get cool drone.
Let's see. Any plants I can identify? I can't really tell. I mean, it's kind of fun. It's like,
But what he didn't plan
looks-
for
it looks like a lot of goldenrod and like other plants like that, like maybe mullein or something like that. I don't know. It's just springtime, so like the plants are coming up. They're not really like, I don't know how to identify a lot of plants from a distance like
me
this,
to take the drone and use
especially if it's early in the growing
it
season.
to scout the area. Bro, it's literally
That's pretty big brain.
just trees. I wonder if Ludwig hears this and it's just like, he's terrified.
Yeah, I hear a drone. You do?
I believe that's Japanese knotweed. Or common blue ivy. I'm not sure actually. This is kind of weird. These plants look interesting. They got the little.
This way.
No, that can't be Japanese knotweed.
We might actually
I don't
be
know.
lost.
I'm just spitballing because I'm sorry. I'm like biased towards what's growing in my town. So,
Carl!
but he's not. This isn't Wisconsin.
Chris!
All right, still trees, still trees.
Can we identify any trees from the top? Yeah, I feel like I'm such an expert, but then I still can't identify like plants. Like I mean, I know a little bit. I've been growing like the foundations, the basics, and stuff
Trees.
like that.
Wait, what is that?
Oh my god, that's
Hey,
water.
Chris!
That's
That is water. Right?
Water. Look what I found.
That's a river source.
Wait, where is this river?
So they got a river.
Is that Ludwig the
Is
elephant?
that Ludwig?
Okay, Carl, I'm having fun with the drone. You go save Ludwig.
Ludwig just screamed.
The fire pit's on fire.
Where is he?
Doesn't that make that like render it toxic fumes because there's like paint and stuff on the
Is he in
drum?
the forest?
Where are you? Ludwig! Carl! Carl! Oh my god.
Are you kidding?
That's like nothing. These are good sticks.
That also wasn't even in the bag.
But
Wash yourself with that stick. We need a meeting, Jimmy. Ludwig was lost in there, and I find him with a bag of about 8 sticks.
Man, that's actually a lot of wood.
It's a good amount of sticks.
He was out there for an hour.
Here's the situation. This plane wing can fall at any point. We barely have any water left. And we haven't even built the helipad for the helicopter to land and pick us up when the time's up yet. I know everyone's about to go to bed, but I just remembered we have a flare gun. Help! Ow! Oh, wow. Wait, is it gonna come down? Oh, we're dead.
Is that gonna start a fire? I don't know anything about flares, but
Oh, wait, never mind. Another one!
okay.
Ooh. Before you shoot our last flare, what if we actually need a flare?
What would we possibly need a flare?
Oh, Carl, come on, bro.
Apparently this drone has a thermal camera. So we decided to test something in the name of science.
Dude, let me write a message in urine.
All right, we're ready. Write us a message.
That's content, baby.
Your pee. I think I see it.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
We see his pee! You see it? I put my initials.
Yeah, we do.
We can see your pee!
Oh my God.
I wanted to write sub to Mr. Beast, but I realized I was gonna run out of fuel. Yeah. Oh, that's actually the first water bottle I've had in 6 hours.
Chris, are you hungry?
What do you think, Drake? What kind of question is that? Of course I'm hungry. Nobody is ate.
We're not even halfway through the challenge, and we're starting to go crazy due to dehydration.
The only thing in the air right now are these bugs.
What is it? You can eat like there's a lot of edible insects, but I think you want to go with like try to find crickets and grasshoppers, like locusts and stuff like that, for just like easy safe food.
Guys, I just realized we're gonna miss our connecting flight.
Guys, I just realized we're probably gonna miss our connecting flight.
I'm not having fun anymore, bro.
This is taking layover to a whole new extreme.
It's 4 a.m. I've gotten no sleep. It's freezing cold outside. I've gone from heat exhaustion to shivering and
Why wouldn't they? Because they can't have a fire. That's why they wouldn't want to like post up in the jet cockpit or
like
the
6
the plane.
hours.
How'd everyone sleep last night?
On the wrong
A
side of
blanket.
the plane.
It got really cold in the cave over there, so we all came over here and slept by the fire.
Yeah, so for a basic fire setup, what you do is you just like, I mean, you can see it in any survival channel. If you look up just survival, most of the dugouts do it, but you just pretty much like start piling wood up so that like the heat reflects off something. So you sit in between the fire and then the object, and then the heat will radiate out and heat up like the logs and stuff, and then that heat will bounce off. Plus also then you'll have a windbreak, so that if you have a windbreak, the wind goes above you and then doesn't suck the heat away that's right by you. It sucks the heat away that rises into the wind.
How much food do we have left?
None.
We have like 10 packs of nuts.
Literally only peanuts.
As you guys remember when I was playing with the drone, we saw a river over there. And seeing how we need to shower and none of us have water, minus like Ludwig.
Shower. Oh.
Wait,
I drink my 4 bottles.
I think we should go find the river.
To the river. Going to find a river through the woods. You guys gotta remember, I grew up in woods. The roots have been washed out by water. That means we're getting close.
Guys, I think I hear it.
Yeah, Chris, the river did look closer on the drone.
We're almost there.
Yo, you guys wanna hear my Chris impression? Yo, it's right through here, guys.
I am actually seeing like little purple dots, and I don't know if it's gnats or I'm dehydrated.
I wouldn't drink out of this river.
Boys! Fishing poles!
Oh,
No way. They just stumble upon some dudes, like somebody's old abandoned camp. That's crazy.
Oh, we did not put those there, just to be clear. I don't think this is ever gonna get clean enough to drink and bathe in.
Oh.
I have a
Well, okay.
headache, I'm dehydrated. Chris is just
Okay, so if this is gonna be an extended, okay. So it's water. So essentially, what you do to try to like purify this, so you make a filter, and essentially you can look this up too. They got bottles, so you just layer stuff. So then they have a fire. They had a fire going, which means they have access to charcoal, which is a very important ingredient. They're at a beach, for a river beach, so they should be able to find sand, sandy soil in there. And if you want to separate sand from soil, what the thing you do is you take like a bucket. So this is 2 things now. So now we're making sand. Just find sand from the riverbank. But if you want to make sand, then you take like soil, because all soil is made up of silt, sand, and clay. So then when you suspend it, so you take a bunch of soil, put it in a bucket or something along the lines of a water container, stir it up, suspend all of it in water. And then the first things for it to like fall out of the water in seconds is going to be the sand. So then immediately the silt will stay in the water for a couple minutes, and the clay should stay suspended in the water for hours. So that once you stir that up, you can pour the water off, and then you have like a rough sand soil, like a higher sand content. So then now you have 2 ingredients for the filter. And then you'd want to take stuff like gravel. You'd find gravel size rocks, or fine pebble or gravel, whatever. So you break them down into fine rocks, or find a bunch of fine pebbles and stuff like that. So pebbles, then stones, then bigger rocks. Then above that, you do like a moss layer. So then you layer from charcoal, sand, pebbles, gravel, rocks, moss, like debris like that on the top. So then when you pour the water through, all of the debris gets caught up and stuff like that into all the pores and stuff, especially in the charcoal. charcoal is gonna like only let water through. It'll even catch like microbials and heavy metals and stuff like that. Again, look it up yourself. I'm not an expert, but that's pretty much will get it almost safe. And then like to finish it off, then you take out your filtered water, and then just to be safe, you'd boil the water, and then you'd have safe enough drinking water where you could, in a survival situation, you'd be a lot better off than if you were just going to drink straight from the river, obviously.
Just gotta keep.
But also for another river like water source, like finding edible plants that are high, like most plants are like 70 to 80 or 70 to 90% water, just base. So if you find edible vegetables, you can eat that to help supplement moisture in your diet, plus then replenish electrolytes, which will give you mental focus, because a lot of that stuff is in your food. A lot of electrolytes, a lot of how your brain function actually works is through electrolytes, and a lot of that is through eating food. So a lot of those micronutrients are found in vegetables and meats, because most of the animals eat the vegetables, which puts the micronutrients in their meat. So then that, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So like finding like that riverbank grape vine and just collecting it. Or you could like, if you find like a birch, you can carve its bark into the sap layer. Then it'll do the same thing. They'll start sending their sap in to try to repair the wounds. And then you'll be able to harvest like edible drinking water. I think you can do it for maples, but even though maples usually only run in spring, but from what I'm guessing, it looks like it is spring season. I'm not sure if it's like the spring sap season, because the spring sap season is when it is above freezing during the day and then goes below freezing at night. So then when it turns nighttime, it gets cold, so then all the sap flows from the top of the tree down into the roots. And then during the daytime, when it gets warm, it pulls all of the sap from the roots to the tree part, like the branches and the leaves and stuff like that. And then the whole idea of tapping the sap season, that's when you're capturing the sap coming up and going down, coming up and going down. But yeah, there's a lot of little strategies you can do to try to supplement your water.
Keep going.
But it all depends. It all depends.
Keep trekking on.
I think we just head back to the plane and just leave them.
Like in this instance, like if they can't find stuff, plants immediately that they could recognize to eat, and then like try to supplement their like just a little bit longer, because they only got to make 31 hours, or crush it up, try to get the juices out of them. I would just, I don't know, just wait it out. Like it would just be annoying, I guess. Or you could try your hand at the making a quick filter like that. And if you'd be able to see the debris in the water through like maybe charcoal and sand or charcoal and gravel or something along those lines, moss, charcoal. You just want for sure the charcoal, like ground up charcoal, for it to go through, to pass through. And then if it, you could look at it and you'd see like if it was acceptable or not. Like you'd maybe run it through a bunch of times and then just try to make it like acceptable enough just for you to like hold on a little bit longer. Even like a small bottle will last you like mentally for hours, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I would do.
Shower would have been nice though.
I would not give two shits about a shower.
Oh, what? Why in
They have a shack.
America is there just
That's crazy.
random things in the woods?
Oh.
Because there ain't no law out there, man. That's where people want to be.
Whoa.
How old is this Mountain Dew?
Wow.
Whoa. Oh my god. This thing's disgusting. Oh, there's wasps in here. Oh.
All right, let's jab.
Oh.
Jab.
I got you.
This head raid. What the fuck?
We brought bug spray.
Run! I've never been so excited to get back to a crash site.
We're back!
Do you hear yelling?
I hear yelling.
What are you, a river god?
I am a river god. That's why I have this staff. It gives me plus 18 intellect. You guys been being productive?
Chris, you're back.
That's pine, right? Pine needles.
Chris, who's that? I'm the river god.
I'm severely dehydrated. They need to pack.
You can't drink pine sap. I'm pretty sure you can't. But you can. There's like a layer in between the bark and the inner tree part, which is edible, so you could eat it for like quick calories. But you got to be careful not to kill the tree.
Pour water.
If you do that, you're injuring the tree a lot.
Planes for when you get in a plane crash. This is really hard to survive off of like this much water. How does this compare to
I'm not sure.
24 hours in a desert?
During the day it was hot, but we had water.
How does this compare to 50 hours in the wilderness?
This is way harder.
Because in the wilderness one, we had water.
Almost like you need water to survive.
Yeah, brother.
Is there actually a helicopter coming or not? I don't actually trust that there's a helicopter coming.
It's officially been 30 hours, which means we have 1 more hour until the helicopter saves us. I have 3 layers of sunscreen on, 4 layers of bug spray. But that aside, we should build a place for the helicopter to land.
Go a little faster. We've only got an hour.
You want to do it?
Why do I have to mow the grass?
We could burn the grass, because then it'll just be a bear patch. Now, theoretically, we should be able to burn the grass inside of where we did the fire extinguisher.
This is a terrible idea.
What?
So how are you making the H, Chris?
I'm using fire.
I took care of it.
I think now we're burning an obvious place for them to land.
Bro, we ran out of water 10 hours ago.
I'm just excited to go home and take a shower.
Blood, come on. You had fun, did you not?
It was a good time.
Exactly.
With the exception of the lack of food, the lack of water, the lack of shower.
I'm tired.
It hurts to breathe.
I haven't had a drink in 5 hours.
Chris, are you hungry? What do you think?
Dude, it'd be really cool, man. Like they bring him up here, we'll take him to like, yeah. I'll lead a Mr. Beast survival video. That'd be crazy.
Oh, wait, you guys hear?
Oh my gosh!
I hear it. Oh my God.
We gotta let them know where we are.
Hey, that's our rescue helicopter. That means that 31 hours is officially up. Here,
Here.
right there.
On the 8th that I made.
Yes! Look at the tree! Oh my God! 31 hours in that stupid plane. I'm out of here. Goodbye. I'm gonna go get some water and take a shower.
That just took layovers to the next level.
Would just be played wrong. Sorry.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this right now. This is about to take layover to the next level.
Dude, that joke, man. If I ever hear that joke ever again, I'm gonna do nothing about it. But I'm gonna wag my finger or something.
I swear to God.
All right, cool. Well, that was fun. Subscribe. See you later. The 8-minute video, I'm pretty sure I just made that 20 minutes. So thank you, Mr. Beast, for that video to commentate over. It was sick. I love survival. See you later, everybody. Hope you enjoyed.